I have a belief, and that belief is that one thing can change everything. 30 years ago, I had to make a huge decision. It would likely be one of the most important decisions that I would ever make. 2 years earlier, I had made another important decision, and that was to join another professional speaker and start a new training company. I actually wanted to leverage my 12-year career as a top producing mortgage professional, and I wanted to help as many other people as possible learn, grow, and get better and have the life and business of their dreams. There was only one problem. My partner and I had different visions of what that would look like, and I was being called to, quote, go out on my own. That's why this was such a big decision. My belief has always been that the counsel of many is a good idea before making life-altering choices. Weeks later, I found myself at a restaurant in Southern California with David Licken, another mortgage professional. I'd explained my feelings where I felt I was being held back, and that while nervous, I thought maybe I should go out on my own. And after several hours of going back and forth, David looked at me and said, "You absolutely should go out on your own. You have too much to offer and too many lives to impact to feel trapped by your current situation. Remember, one thing can change everything." Decision made. Fast forward to today, and that decision has led to my brand being global with millions of lives impacted, 22 books written, and a legacy that if today was my last day, I could point to that moment with David as the catalyst that made it all come to life. It wasn't a surprise to me that today, David Licken, the guy that coached me to go out on my own, has gone on to make a massive difference in the lives of millions across the globe. David is a leader who embraces his faith and his commitment to make a profound difference in others. Imagine that. Just imagine making a profound difference. You wake up every day, and that is what your goal is. In fact, when Casey Crawford had a dream to start Movement Mortgage, he Googled, quote, how to start a mortgage company, end quote, and David Licken's name popped up, and the rest, as they say, is history. Licken on Lending is one of the most influential podcasts ever, with hundreds of thousands of listens and downloads and shares. And David Licken, my friend, has one of the biggest hearts to serve of any heart I've ever seen. Remember, one thing can change everything. But wait, there's more. Dave and I share a common faith in which God gets the glory for whatever successes we have in life. And after 33 years of going out on my own, I had a vision to do something even bigger. I give credit to David Licken for giving me the mind then to think bigger than I've ever thought. And I knew that I can make a bigger impact. If I could figure out how to embrace technology in new and unique ways, reinvent learning, and help people all over the world in the pursuit of becoming the best version of themselves personally and professionally, that would be my goal. But I knew I couldn't do it alone. With my partner, Alex Kutsishin, we started a new company, Fuel Inc. We are the Netflix of education and the Peloton of performance acceleration. Wow. Not a surprise that today we have over 50 world-class performance instructors, and also not a surprise, David Licken is one of them. Recently, David and I were chatting, and I asked him, hey, what do you want your legacy to be? You've been in the business for 45 years. What do you want your legacy to be? He said, quote, I'd like to be known for three things. First, I seek God and his will for those who come to me for advice. Second, I encourage people to step out boldly and live out their God-given destiny. And third, I want to be known as a thought leader, provoking others to think bigger. Remember, one thing can change everything. Maybe the next thing that changes everything for you is to join the Fuel movement, and you can check that out at myfuel.io. David changed my life, and I guarantee you he can do the same for you. Just follow him at David Licken on LinkedIn. You can type it in. It's DavidLykken at LinkedIn, and you'll find David. Follow him, hook onto him. He can do the same for you that he did for me.